So in the last class, we are talking about valuation of securities, correct?
Yes, sir.
What is that we discussed more? Different types of securities, if you remember. Ritik, can you please tell why is preference share is called so? Why is called preference? Ritik Sachdev. Ritik, are you there? Ragini?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you please tell why is preference share called so?
So preference share is primarily called preference because while giving out the dividends, the people who hold the preference share are preferred over the ones with equity share.
Okay. Just take it. You have told one aspect. Let me find out from Sai Prapul Reddy. What is the next one? Another point where they are giving preference also. Ragini, you are right. First point. Second point, I am not asking you. I am asking Sai Prapul. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you please tell me what is the next point where they are given preference? They are given preference over equity shares in two aspects. One is, as Ragini told, regarding dividend. They will be given dividend first, then only equity holders can get dividend. And there is one more aspect where they are also given preference over equity shareholders. What is that? Yes, Sai? Don't remember?
No, sir.
Aishman? Aishman Jha? Aishman, are you not there? Okay. Karthik?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Aishman, are you responding?
Yes, sir. I don't exactly remember. I just
Again,
remember
it's
Rajni.
not good, Baba. See, we discuss the class. If you don't remember all those things, then there's no point, na? You had requested for enrollment, or you had got the allotment by ERP in this subject?
Sir, by
Aishman?
ERP.
Through ERP, okay. You got an entitlement, not a request. And Ritik is not there at all. Okay. Sai, you got entitlement or you got request?
Requests.
So Ayushman is entitled, so he may not answer. But Sai has to answer because he got them based on request, correct? Anyway, don't take it seriously. Don't quote me out of context. But anyway, all of you, please go through this. All of you are interested to take projects, etc. in finance, build up a CV, but these things you do not practice or read or respond, then it's not good, na? Okay, no problem. Yeah, Karthik, you want to answer?
Yes, sir. In case the company will be dissolved, they'll have the first right to receive their money back.
Very good. Okay. So both Ragini and Sai, sorry, Rajesh. So you deserve a small brownie. When you happen to meet me, you can claim that. Okay. Right. So that's what. There are two interesting questions, either in the form of a chat, personal chat with me, or as a group. I do not remember. But the two interesting questions we respond to the class discussion we had. One question was that why shall the companies go for bond? Why can't they go for loan? I think there's some question like that. Is it not? I don't know. Remember who asked this question, but there's a question like that.
Yeah,
Anyone?
last class I asked. Why the company goes for a bond instead of a loan from a bank?
You had asked, right, Raghavendra?
Yes, sir.
Very good question. Okay. So see, in fact, I'll request you to go to today's Telegraph e-paper, which is published in Calcutta, and in the business section, there is a paper that which says that bond market will be easy to access as far as SMEs are concerned, small and medium enterprises concerned. That means possibly, I do not want to explain further. I can always tell what is there in that article, but I will urge you to go to that. My point is that the fact that there is a headline in the business section of the Telegraph that it will be easy for the SMEs to tap the bond market, that means definitely there must be something good about the bond market. If there is something good about the bond market, there must be something good about bonds. If there is no market for bond, the bonds do not exist. There must be something good about the bonds as such, bonds or debentures, whatever that may be. Okay. Actually, earlier, because of certain regulatory restrictions, small and medium enterprises were not able to issue the bonds in public market, in the retail market. Okay. Now they have, the government of India relaxing certain conditions, because of which small enterprises also will be able to access the bond market. When issue the bonds in the bond market, when retail investors can also access that. So that is what I'll urge you to go to that particular article, and what is that the change that has taken place compared to previously, what has the change taken place, which will make it now a little easier for these small companies to access the bond market. I do not want to discuss further about it. Only thing I want to highlight is that yes, there is a market which is relevant and company want to tap that, and that market is bond market. Okay. Now, if I can just a minute, let me share screen. Where is my OneNote? I cannot see the OneNote. People are still reacting to my conversation. Don't react again. I don't know why my screen is not possible. Just a minute. Okay, what is the function of a market? So there are people who need, there are people who have what? Resources or finance, let's say. Okay, and people who need finance or money. Okay, so there comes the role of market, or we can say the financial system. So financial market system facilitates the relationship between people, or the group of people or investors, whoever, that institutions, organizations who have money, and the group of people or organization who need money. Okay. Now, one way is that for the different ways, if I need money, and you are able to see the whiteboard, right? Hello. Hello.
Sir, I'm not able to see that.
No, sir.
Oh, I don't know. It is the I shared Microsoft here.
I can see that, sir.
You can see.
You can see, na?
Yes, sir, but you haven't written anything, right?
No, I have written, I have drawn something.
Sir, we can see it.
I don't. Anyway, if one person is able to see, then there is no problem at my end, correct?
Sir, now
Can
we
you
can
see
see
a line now?
square, red square.
Red square, but there are some text written also. That is technology. Because of all you people only, you know. Just please hold on, please. You can see now something.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What I was talking about, that I have a group of people who has money, who has or who have, let's say, and there is a group of people who need money, right? It can be people, it can be institution, it can be anyone. So for instance, I need money and you have the money. Okay, now how do I know you? How do I go about that? How do you know that you need, you have, how do I know that you have money? Unless I am known to you and I express my desire, you cannot say that yes, so I do not know. So what do you do in that case? You go to bank or somewhere, you put the money there. Okay, so what do you do? Let's say you have a bank. Bank is, I'm just giving an example of bank, it can be anything else also. It is an example, a part of financial market, financial system. So people who have money, they'll give to bank and bank will in turn give to whom? The people who need money. Is it okay? Right. Then when the time, maturity time comes or interest payment time comes, the people who need money, they will return back the money to bank and bank will also give the return back either principal, interest or both to the people who have deposited them. Is it okay? No doubt that this is a very simple system. Now, please see here what is happening. When you have got bank and these people are involved, there's a process, there's a time, everything is there. So what will happen then? There are two transactions here. Transaction 1 between the people who have money and the bank. Transaction 2 is between the bank and the people who need money. Okay. Can we disintermediate? Okay. Bank is an intermediary here. Can you do something, some mechanism where people who have money can directly talk to people who need money and they give back the money later when the maturity time comes? Is it okay? Is it good or bad?
Sir, good.
Instead of talking to the bank, if I directly approach the people, is it good or bad? There is one transaction. Okay. There is one transaction there. Right. So because of that, possibly it is better that you access the investor directly. Maybe if you go through the bank, the cost of fund is going to be higher than if you go to the direct to the market. Maybe. See, at the end of the day, company will go for direct to the investor or go to the bank and get the money. It all depends upon what? Ease of getting money and the rate of interest, the cost of fund or cost of borrowing. If going to bank is cheaper for them, they will go to bank, they're not going to issue a bond as such. Okay, they directly go to the person. Now, when you go directly to the person, if you say that I need 1,000 crore, so can you find out who will give you 1,000? Is it easy to find out? Tell me. It may not be. So what will happen? You have 1 lakh rupees, I have 2 lakh rupees, somebody has 3 lakh rupees, somebody has 1 crore rupees. Different amounts are there. Now what the company will do, instead of saying that I'll need 1000 crore like that, they will say, yes, I am issuing, for example, 1 crore bonds of 1000 rupees each. Okay. Now you please subscribe. Okay. Now if you have 1 lakh rupees, then what shall you do? You can subscribe 100 bonds. If you have 10 lakh rupees, you can subscribe 10,000 bonds. Depending on your capability, you can offer to buy the bonds from the company directly. Yes, I need this money. What happens then? Persons who have even 1000 rupees, 2000 rupees also, they have an avenue to invest somewhere and get some interest. Maybe that interest rate is more than the interest that they will get from the bank, fixed deposit. Otherwise, it is not attractive for you. Please keep in mind, from the investor point of view, if the interest rate that is offered by the bond is not higher than that offered by the bank, they will not go. Is it not? So they will also like that. So now you have to find out which interest rate appeals the investors, according to that assess. And the interest rates also can vary depending on the risk involved in the entity. That is another thing that we will discuss subsequently. Interest rate is not going to be same for all the bonds of all the companies. It will not be. It will be different. Okay. So did I answer your question, Raghavendra?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. There are so many things actually. Okay. Now what happens? Another thing is that if you are going to fixed deposit bank, there is one beautiful option available with you. What is that? In fixed deposit, you have an easy exit option, because you can go to the bank and say that I will take the money back. Even premature withdrawal of fixed deposit also allowed. They will charge a penalty, but you can exit. Okay. Similarly, you can also enter whenever you have money, some surplus, you can go to the bank and invest. Okay. That easy entry and easy exit option is there as far as investor is concerned, the people who have money. But in the bond market, it is not like that. Bond market, even the very big market, it is not a very liquid market. That means if you have bought the bond, you have to look for somebody who can sell, okay, who can buy from you, right? Similarly, if you could not buy the bond from the company directly, you have to look for that. So the secondary market is not very active. Government is taking a lot of measures, regulator taking measures, so that the secondary market becomes active. The secondary market becomes very active. There will be an easy enter and easy exit option, which is there in case of bank fixed deposit. Okay, right? So another thing is the bond is what I'm talking about, both the plus points as well as negative points here. Another thing, bond is there. Certain times, what happens? The bond is issued for 10 years. 10 years you have to wait to get the money back, or you have to find some. If it's traded, if it is tradable, so not tradable, it is traded. It is an active liquid market. You can always go to the market and give a quote and sell your bond, and somebody give a buy quote and buy the bond. Okay. But there is no active market. What shall you do? You have to look for somebody, find out who will buy. It is very difficult as such. So you can't exit in between. You have to wait for some other time. Whereas in fixed deposit, you can always go and get the money back. Okay. So in that case, what happens? Certain bonds come with a provision called a call option, callable. Everything is a technology problem. I'm writing and screen is rotating, sliding. Can you see what is happening to my screen? Can you see that? Hello, are you there?
Yes, sir.
When I'm writing, it is, I don't know. Life is so simple, friends. I was wondering. What is that I was talking about? Where did I get stuck? Option. Okay. So some bonds may come with a call option, or also known as callable bonds. Okay. Callable bonds mean the company will have a right to call the bond back after some point of time. Okay. That means investor don't have that choice. Say that no, I will not give the money back. I need interest. You are paying good interest. Now tell me, can somebody tell me when shall the company exercise the call option? Call option means company will say that you give the bond back to us, we will give the money back to you. That means before maturity period, they will say that yes, please give the money bond back and you take the money back. When the company do like that?
Sir, when the EBITDA
Interest
is more
rates
than
will
PAT.
Pardon?
Sir,
Raise
when
your
So when
hand.
the interest rates fall.
Ragini says when the interest rates fall. Somebody was saying EBITDA.
Sir, when the EBITDA
so if
is
the
greater than PAT, then.
Call option is
How EBITDA will affect? EBITDA is more or less. You
when
are paying
borrower want
interest
to
anyway.
settle.
Isn't
Sir,
it?
that shows that interest is eating up many profits, so
No,
they might need to.
call option is when borrower want to settle.
Okay.
sir, if the promised
Satya
interest
yesterday was
rates
saying
are greater than the interest rates offered by bank,
pardon? Yes, Satya was saying there's a lot of
if the
background noise.
promise if the promised interest rates are higher than the interest rates offered by the banks.
Promise interest is higher than interest offered by the bank. Who is offering whom? And there's a lot of noise. I'll come back to you later. Please mute yourself. Yeah. Yeah, Ragini, you are saying that when the interest rates fall, okay. Now what happens? Suppose the company issued the bond at 10% coupon, okay, 8-year bond and callable between 4 to 8 year. Okay, maybe at par value, at par. Okay, that means between 4 to 8 year, the company may exercise the option to get the money if company can looks at the market and say that the interest rate has actually gone down. Okay, then what will happen? The company may opt for that option and then say that give the money back and the company can raise the funds at a lower coupon. So callable bonds are useful for the company when the interest rates actually decline in the market. If the interest goes up, they feel also happy about it because they don't have to call the bond back because that is their interest rate, upward interest is not a problem for them because they are going to give coupon of only 10%. Similarly, there could be some bonds which are called with a put option. Put option means what? Like in the call option, the company will take the bond back and give the money. In put option, investor will demand cash from the issuer of bond. Okay. Are you there? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, so there could be some bonds with both call and put option. Now, depending on for whom it is beneficial, investor can exercise the put option or company can exercise the call option. So what happens in this case? You are actually bringing a lot of features, flexibility, so that you make your bond more attractive to your investor. That is the thing. So that's why I told in the earlier class, there are several types of bonds available in the world as such. There are several types of bonds with a lot of different features, a lot of permutation and combination. Okay, whereas you do not have that in case of equity as such. Okay, right. Now, so we talked about that. Then let me take some simple exercises. Okay, now we'll go for that, the bond valuation. Okay, so bond valuation, what happens? You get interest, that is also known as coupon, and you get the maturity amount, right? Okay. Now let's say a bond par value is rupees 1000. Okay. Maturity period 10 years. Then coupon is 6% annual, and your rate of return expected by you is 5%. What's the value of the bond? How do you go about? Okay, if nothing is given, okay, we will assume redemption at par. Okay, redemption at par means at the end of 10 years you will get how much? You will get you'll get 100,000 rupees. Okay, face value. Yeah, how do you go about it? How do you go about it?
We discount every year's
The
return.
discount with the interest rate and like 1,000 plus maturity period, like for every year we take that.
Okay, so what you get actually, you are going to get 60 rupees every year for 10 years. So PVIFA point, how much point? Discounting factor is how much percentage? 5% or 6%? 5%. Okay, 10 plus you are going to get 1000 divided by 1.05 to the power 10. Can somebody tell me what the value?
Yep.
What is the value of this figure? That is 1 by 0.05 plus, sorry, minus 1 by 0.05 into 1.05 to the power how much? 10. How much it comes to? How much the value comes to? Yes, somebody should be able to quickly find it out. Practice it because you may be asked these things in examination. Hmm. 10 years, 5%. How much? Anyone? No one is able to respond. Very surprising.
7.721.
7.7217 actually. Okay. 7.7217. So it comes to 60 into 7.7217 plus what is this value? 1000 by 1.05 to the power 10. How much that value? Yes, anyone? Kanaya, please tell the answer. Kanaya, tell
Yes,
me.
sir.
1000 by 1.05 to the power 10. How much the value? You are not keeping calculator with yourself. All of you, please carry calculator in the class.
614 approximately.
I am recording this class. I am asking people to respond. So I'll give either plus mark or minus marks because I'll also go to the video. Yes, madam. Yes,
Sir,
Tanaya. Yeah,
613.
Tanaya, tell. How much? 61?
613.9.
Very good. 613.99. How much? 90, 91, 92. What is that?
91.
91. Okay. So total comes to how much then? 60 into 7.7217 comes to how much? Some 460 something. How much is that? Total comes to how much? 613.90 plus that figure. How much it comes to?
1077.21.
1077.21. Very good. So the bond is giving a coupon more than the return expected by us, correct? That is the feature you please have a look at. Please think that. Okay. The bond is giving a return more than what you are actually expecting. Okay. So now let us redo this problem where we say rate of return expected is 8%. Everything remains same. So what will be my equation? 60 into PVIFA 0.08 comma how many years? 10 na? 10 plus 1000 into or 1000 divided by 1.08 to the power 10. How much this value comes to? Earlier the price was 1077 point something. Okay, 1077 at 5% it was 1077 point. How much was that? 0.221 or something. Let's say 2. Okay. Now what is the value now? Anyone? What is the factor?
10.736.
PVIFA 0.0810. What is the factor?
10.736.
10 point. If the factor was something 7.4 at 5%, the factor will be lower or higher? The factor was 7.7217, right? Now that value will be more, less or more in this case? It will be less, na? Because you are discounting at a higher rate, correct? So that value comes to 6.7101. So 60 into 6.7101 plus whatever the value, this value is how much? Ankur Khandelwal, please tell me the answer. Ankur, 1000 by 1.08 to the power 10. What is happening? It is 463 point something. Ankur, are you there? Not there.
0.2.
Very good. So total value comes to how much then?
865.799.
860.799. Okay, whatever. नहीं कितना है? Whatever. Okay, it's 6 point. So now what is par value? How much? 1000. This is par value how much? Also 1000. So this bond is known as a premium bond. A bond which is quoted at a price more than the face value is called premium bond. A bond which is quoted at a price less than the face value is known as a what? Discount bond. Okay, right? The price of the bond will be adjusted in such manner the effective rate of interest is going to be 8%. Please keep that in mind. Okay, even if you are giving a coupon of 6%, the price in the market will go up or come down in such a manner the effective will be now 8% because yield is 8%. So the rate of return that I am talking about here, I did not use the term earlier, is nothing but known as yield to maturity, YTM. Okay, yield to maturity. Okay, it's a very beautiful concept, very pertinent topic in the question of debt market, bond market, etc., etc. So now, from what we have done, we have got the yield to maturity. With the help of yield to maturity, we have got the coupon, we have got the time period, we have got the redemption value, we have got the yield to maturity. With these 3 or 4 information, we are able to find the value of the bond. Now, other around will be what? You may be having bond price, coupon, time to maturity, etc., etc., but not the yield. Find out the yield. You may have that also. Another problem like that. Okay. So let me just. I wish I was able to share all these things. Any doubt at this stage?
Sir, can you explain the formula which you have used 16 to 6 PVIFA?
PVIFA though, because you are going to get 60 rupees every year for next 10 years. Okay, it is an annuity.
Okay, sir. And the second one is just a compounding.
Second one is a lump sum.
Yeah, thank you.
Second one is a lump sum. First one is a annuity. All bond valuation have 2 components. One is a annuity, another is a lump sum. Except one type bond called. There are 2 types of bonds where only one component will be issued. One of the components. One bond is called zero coupon, where no interest, only maturity amount. Okay. Another is called perpetual bond. Perpetual bond means only coupon or interest, no maturity amount. Okay. So like we can say whatever we have got from our respective parents is a perpetual bond, correct? No, sorry, that is actually that is what? That is zero coupon as well as perpetual, correct? If you are obliged to somebody, is nothing but what? Zero coupon as well as perpetual. Okay. So next I go to another exercise. I actually had kept those screenshots in the OneNote so that I can solve the problem there itself, but no. Can you please somebody note there is one bond where you have got 6.4% coupon, 8 years maturity, and bond is trading at 1068. So 6.4, 18 and 1068. Coupon 6.4%, maturity 18 years, price is 1068.00. Find YTM. How do you go about? The equation is like this. Price is equal to 6.4% coupon, let's say annual. Not semi-annual, let's say annual. I hope it was. Okay, no problem. 6.4% annual And so what will be my, no, it is say, okay, I'm taking it from the book itself. So semi-annual, that is the question number actually, question number 21 in that Fundamentals of Corporate Finance, Ross 11th edition. Okay, from there I've taken question number 20, sorry, question number 21. Okay, so semi-annual means what? What the price then? How do I define my equation? What will be my interest? Tell me. If nothing is given, always assume price is 1000. Sorry, face value is 1000 rupees. Please keep that in mind for bonds. Okay, right? So, then what is the coupon then? Tell me. What is the coupon? How much rupees per period?
64.
No.
32.
32 into 1 by point how much? You don't know? 1 by R. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Minus 1 by R into 1 plus R to the power how much?
36.
36. Very good. Okay? Plus 1000. Nothing is given about maturity amount. We'll take that face value, right? 1000 divided by 1 plus R to the power also 36. Even if it is 18 years, because you are taking semi-annual, we'll also take that 36 semi-annual period. Okay? Right. So, how does P0 is equal to how much? 1068. Now solve for R. Solve for R. How do you solve it? How do you solve it? You can have a trial and error.
Sir, in Excel.
Pardon?
Sir, in Excel by goal setting.
Excel kyun? You can do in calculator also, solver.
Yes, sir.
Excel you can do, no problem, but you can also do in a calculator. So in the exam, in the class test, I may not give you a choice also. I'll ask you to calculate like this. Okay. So tell me, what will be that? R, solve for R. All of you try it. Oh, people are typing here, right? I can see. Actually, when I am sharing the screen now, that whiteboard, etc., I am not able to see what the chat actually. Some people are answering actually, but I am not able to see that. Yes, tell me.
Hello.
Yeah, somebody was saying something. Abhishek. Muhammad Jidane, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Can you switch on video and flash your calculator?
So I'm using Excel.
Okay, good. So able to answer the question?
So I need time.
You need time. Okay. Agantuk? Agantuk Biswas.
Yes, sir.
Tell the answer.
Sir, I am doing it in Excel, sir. It will take some time.
Then to ho gaya. So all please practice these things. All of you.
Around 2.9.
Yeah. Actually, it is 2.893%. Okay. I do not want to demonstrate in Excel. You can all of you can do that, right? So 2.893%. It is your what? Return. And what is your YTM? YTM will be taken always annual. So what you do now? YTM you just because it is semi-annual yield. So you just do 2.893% into 2. Comes to how much? How much? 5.79% is your yield to maturity. Okay. And what is your effective yield? Can somebody tell me? What is your effective yield? Anyone? You calculate. Effective yield is how much? Effective rate of return. What will be that?
2.91.
2.91, no. How did you get 2.91? It cannot be more, it cannot be less than 5.79, na? It will be 1 plus or 1.02893 to the power 2 minus 1. How much it comes to? Now you can answer. 5.86. 87.
87.
Right? 87. Okay. I can copy this now. Here I can copy, hopefully. Let me see if I can. Control V. Oh, sorry. How to take this? Anyway, I got a shortcut. Yeah, tell me. This is another question. All of you are able to go through question number 23. Okay, well, that was question number 21 actually, first one. On 21. Yeah, this is another concept in the bond market. See, all of you please go through that slide. It is there. I'm not going to slide as such. All of you please go through that, right? And here what happens, you can read the exercise here. You purchase a bond with an invoice price of 1035, investment market price. The bond has a coupon rate of 5.9%. There are 4 months to the next semi-annual coupon date. Okay. That means this bond is giving you what? Semi-annual coupon. Semi-annual coupon means how much percentage will be there? Okay. It will be 2. How much? 2.95, right? 5.95
Yes,
5.9 means 2.95%. Okay. Okay. Now what happens? Simply see here. When you are buying the bond, suppose you are selling to someone. Next coupon will go to whom? You are holding it for 2 months, but coupon will come after 6 months total. How many months left over? 4 months left over, correct? So as a seller of the bond, because you are holding the bond for 2 months, are you entitled to interest or not? Are you entitled to the interest or not?
yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now the price is 1035. Okay. Right. This price is the market price. That means 1035 you are getting inclusive of 2 months interest accrued. Okay. He has to give you 2 months interest also. So 1035 includes the 2 months interest. Now tell me, what is 2 months interest? We will take 1000 rupees. If nothing is given, we will take always 1000 rupees face value. How much is the interest for 2 months? 5.9% divided by 2 into 2 by 6. Correct? How much it comes to? This one. This is called accrued interest. How much it comes to?
$9.83.
9.838. Okay, so let's say 9.84 then. Assume 9.84. Correct. That means 1035 includes 9.84. Okay. So the 1035 minus 9.84 is how much? 1025 na 0.16. Okay. So this particular price is known as in the bond market dirty price. Dirty price includes clean price plus accrued interest, and this particular value is known as clean price. That means the seller is giving 1025.16 for whatever they are going to get from the bond in the future, but he also has to give 9.84 rupees extra, because that interest is going to come to him, because when the company gives the next interest, the bond will be in the name of seller, not in the name of buyer. The seller will get the interest, not the buyer. But buyer will get the interest, not the seller. Because since seller has kept the bond for 2 months, he is entitled to get that interest. So you have to now give the price, the clean price plus the interest. So dirty price is clean price plus. So dirty price, if I have to write that, is clean price using your bond price valuation formula plus accrued interest if any. Okay, that is another concept in the bond market, bond thing. Okay, now next class, I think we have less time. I think almost is going to be 11:55. Oh, ruko, just a minute. In the next class, we'll talk about concept. We'll again revisit YTM. We'll talk about something called holding period yield. We'll talk about current yield. These are all important concepts. Okay. Then we'll also talk about different features in case of a typical bond. Okay. We'll talk about these 4 things and solve some exercise also. Okay. Chalo, take care. Happy convocation holiday. And all our Tuesdays are victims. 3 Tuesdays are gone like this. So maybe we'll see whether we have to hold some other extra classes. Let's see that. Okay. Bye-bye.